WAG fans! I'm Lizzie Cundy in a vision of loveliness in yellow for you today. Well, I've got to say, so many people ask me what's it like to date a footballer? And I say, well, in the early stages, there were loads of hot, steamy nights of passion. I mean, take one WAG friend of mine, she was with this footballer, they were at it 3 times a night. And then it dropped off. Well, I'm not surprised. Today's WAG is the former wife of Manchester United footballer Mark Bosnich, and she also dated Crystal Palace tycoon Simon Jordan. It is the one and only Sarah Bosnich. Welcome to WAG's Round, Sarah. That is a funny one because Sarah and I have known each other a long time.
Long time.
We still work together, skive off modelling jobs and stuff together, didn't we?
Very much so.
Many moons ago now.
Long time ago, babe. Always getting in trouble, weren't we?
Yes.
Yes.
You seem to always get away with it. I always seem to get caught somehow, but anyway. So, well, it's been, since those days, it's been quite a mad time for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
How would you sum it up? Because it's been all in the press, a few bits and bobs, but has it been a bit... We've had good times and not so good?
Yeah, lots of good times and lots of not so good times.
Because obviously we know you from marrying Mark Bosnich, who played for Man U and Chelsea.
Yeah.
But when I first met you, you were seeing the gorgeous Phil Babb, who was playing for Coventry, then went on to Liverpool, weren't you?
Yes. So, I was engaged to Phil for, oh my God, well, we were together for about 4 years, so that's when I first met you.
Yeah. And you used to live, did you come from Plymouth? Because you're originally from Plymouth to live with Phil at Coventry?
Yeah, I left Plymouth, living still with Mum and Dad. I started working away, met Phil pretty much straight away and moved in with him straight away.
Phil was a bit of a dish, I thought.
A little bit of a hunk, wasn't he?
But we just say there's a funny story about the present he bought you, because everyone says, oh, footballers' girlfriends, they're so glamorous, all the presents.
Back then, no.
Back in those days, it weren't like that. What did he get you? He bought you Christmas presents.
Yeah, well, this is like, I think I'd only been with him 5 minutes or whatever, and he bought me Timberland boots, which is lovely, and an electric toothbrush. And when I opened it, I went, why? And he went, because you saw on TV and you said you wanted one. I went, not for Christmas though.
Sarah, was he trying to tell you something? The breath smell.
That's because I'd seen it on TV and he was like that. Thought he was being really like sweet.
Oh, he was a lovely boy.
Yes, but then he made up for it because then the week later he went and bought me a diamond ring. So.
I know. He's a sweetheart. We like Phil.
We do.
But then
we do.
It did work out with Phil. But then as we know, you met Mark.
Yep. Yeah.
So tell me how you met. How did you actually meet Mark? Because I don't actually know this.
Yeah, well, I met him when I was working with a friend of mine, and we'd gone out in the evening, and literally just met him one night when we were out. I didn't know who he was.
Who was he playing for then?
He was playing for Aston Villa at that point, and I had no clue who he was. And funny enough, we were actually friends for a long time before we actually started going out. Well, I say for a long time, about 9 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah, before we started going out.
But did you like him and he liked you? How was it?
Yeah, I just thought he was okay sort of guy sort of thing. And I was just obviously still getting over my split from Phil. So, you know, I didn't want to jump into anything. No. So, yeah, we were friends for a little while first.
It didn't put you off that he was another footballer when...
Well, I know. Can you imagine? When somebody said, you know, and who's your new boyfriend? I'm like, it's Mark, and he plays football. And
they were like, no. Did your mum say, no more footballers, Sarah?
I know. I mean, you know, how's your luck? But, you know, like I say, initially I didn't know who he was and whatever, and it was a gradual thing.
Yeah. So. Was he romantic in the early days?
Yes.
Was he quite a romantic?
Very romantic. Yes, he was. Yeah, he used to, always be turning up with flowers, and when I was working, if I'd go off somewhere at the airport, he'd turn up with flowers and everything. The
proposal. Did you know Mark was going to propose to you?
Well, to be honest with you, we actually got engaged pretty much straight away. We didn't have a big thing about it, but we were going to go off and get married, like elope somewhere and get married.
And do it very hush-hush?
Yes, we were. I just thought my mum and dad would feel and all the rest of it, so we didn't.
And was he at Man United then?
No, we were still at Aston Villa at this stage.
Right.
So we got married just before he then went up to play for...
Because that was a huge club. I mean, I remember at the time it being in... I mean, because Man U is the biggest club in the world.
Well, this is it. I mean,
he
signed for Man U on the Wednesday, and then we got married on the Friday. So So it was a mad week.
Oh
you know what it's like.
You are
I know.
kidding.
No, it was mad.
It went a bit crazy. Well, people didn't know, Sarah, you could tell it. But Mark, unfortunately, went out the night before and got what happened?
Well, he didn't actually
in a bit
go.
of trouble.
Yeah, he didn't actually go out as such. Long story.
Yeah.
But he got into a bit of trouble because he had to go and meet another footballer who was his best man, and who I was never really happy about having as a best man. And he got into a bit of trouble, and Mark went to go and help him out.
Right, I see. The night before the wedding, great.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, well, he was in with all his family. I'm over at the venue with my family, you know, obviously
Getting
having
excited.
a nice early night and the rest of it.
Beauty sleep, pampering.
Yep.
Mark's out in some club you didn't know about.
Well, this is it. Well, he actually didn't go out to a club.
Right.
What's happened was he's gone to go and meet the person that he was going to meet.
Yeah.
And got photographed. And then he thought, obviously, it's all going to go wrong. And I did find out afterwards that, you know, this is exactly what happened, because I did do my detective work.
Like we do.
Yes.
Okay.
Just to see if the story
Exactly.
was straight.
Yeah.
He then obviously got arrested for the fact that he pushed over the photographer.
Oh dear, not good move.
And took the camera.
Not before your wedding night.
So of course I know nothing about this until.
Well, how did you find out about it? Or did Mark ring you?
So I remember just turning on the TV, thinking, well, I'll see what the weather forecast is going to be like, because you know.
You wanted to have a nice day on your wedding.
Of course, you know. So I've turned down the volume, and I'm sat there with Mum, my dad, my sister. We're just talking.
Oh, Sarah.
And all of a sudden, I see a picture of Mark come up on the TV, and I thought, holding up like the Man United shirt and stuff, because I'm thinking, oh well, they've talked about that this week, so.
Well, it's about
so I've turned up the volume, and all I've heard is Mark Bosnich, who's been arrested this morning on the morning of his wedding. So I've just gone. What?
Sarah.
Oh, you can imagine my mum, my dad, my sister, we've all gone, oh my God.
Oh, that's shocking, actually. I've gone a bit... That isn't good.
Try being in my position when you're trying to get the dress on.
I can't imagine that she's Sarah.
So I've got like hair and makeup downstairs waiting for me to make a decision, because straight away I'm thinking, that's it, that's me done, I'm out of here.
I'm not laughing, but it's just a bit comical. I can't believe it.
I know. I didn't cry all day, not all day did I cry. I just put this smile on my face and it's just stayed all day.
Were you talking to him through gritted teeth?
Yes,
Like,
yeah. Well, funny you should say that. That's exactly what happened. When obviously I walked down the aisle and he was at the front there, you know, and I'm walking past everyone. I've got all my family there and they're all like, that little look. And I get down to him and he's got that stupid smile on his face and he went, oh, you look lovely. And I just went, I'll talk to you later. And I literally, that's how I was talking to him.
I know, because you must be so wild
I wanted to kill him.
of all days.
Yes.
So do you think the writing was on the wall, darling?
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
But the actual day was all right, and you got...
The day turned out, after all of
Well,
that...
did you have a few drinks and be able to laugh at it and say, my God, were there any jokes throughout the wedding?
Yeah.
A few little gags, there must have been.
Yeah, there were a few jokes throughout the whole thing, yes.
Did you go on honeymoon? Did you have a honeymoon together and make it
the
up
next
a bit?
day, obviously the next day, you know, he was just, he said, oh, I remember there was like obviously papers going to the door and stuff, and we had the Times newspaper, and he was like that, we're on the front page of the Times, and I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
Rather not.
For the wrong reasons. Yeah.
So like literally, you know, the next day we came back, did a couple of things with families, and then we went off to Australia, where I actually had to get married again, because obviously his family are all in Australia. So I actually had two weddings, 2 wedding dresses, 2 wedding receptions.
Some girls would love it.
Yeah.
Did you? No. Stressed out.
Yeah.
So you had the honeymoon there, second wedding.
So yeah, well, we had the second wedding there, and then we went off to Miami then as well. So we just
you
had,
could
you
just
know,
have relaxed.
Yes. So then it was just the 2 of us then for a couple of weeks.
So how did you find it at Man U, as from going from like Aston Villa and Coventry,
Yeah.
or, you know, how different was it with
Completely different.
the footballers' wives and wags, as they're called? Was it all very glitzy and different?
Very different,
Were
yes.
they friendly to you?
Yeah, they were actually. You know, I'm still friends with Nicola Smith, who was going out with
Nick.
Teddy. So yeah, she and Victoria Beckham were the first 2 that I met.
That's right. But they obviously knew about it, because everyone knew about the
Everyone
wedding.
knew about it, you know.
Were they sympathetic to you? Were they like,
they were just
saying, oh my God?
nobody could believe it, as you can imagine.
No.
So, you know, people that I didn't even know obviously knew me because of the wedding thing.
Exactly, because you're the new girl at the club, and they all know about you before you arrive.
Yeah.
Isn't it? That's hard enough.
Yeah, because you know how hard it is when you first go to a new club. So.
And how did you find Victoria Beckham? Was she, because a lot of people, because I've met her a few times, I think she's really funny.
Oh, she's lovely.
And I've heard people say, oh, she's stuck up and this and that, and I didn't ever find her that way.
No, not at all, not at all. I mean, she, you know, she really put herself out and really looked out for me.
When did it start you to feel it going wrong though? Was it the club or getting a bit big? They can go a bit big-headed when they go to a club.
Sure. It wasn't so much. Well, not so much with Mark, to be honest with you. It was more for the fact that they weren't playing him, and you know, then he got injured, and you know what that's
like.
I
know what that's like.
You know, when they get injured, it's just like
it's hell to live with.
So,
well, how did it come about, the ending? Because what happens? Sarah, there's more to this. We're going to have a 3-hour show first time.
Well, it sort of went all pear-shaped, really, when we then moved to Chelsea then.
Right.
Because they didn't play him at all.
How did it start to go wrong? Is it just another move?
Yeah, basically, you know, on top of everything that had happened and what went on at Man U, it just got to him, and his confidence, you know, just went, and that's just the worst thing that you can imagine.
It's dreadful. I don't think people realise. They always say, "Oh, how wonderful you're a footballer," but there's so much stress, isn't there? If they get injured or don't play or don't get picked.
You know, if it's an away game, you're like checking the scores to see, you know, if they've won or not, and then it determines your weekend and what kind of mood they're going to be in. You know, so it is hard. It is.
But Mark found that out. So was it your decision, or Mark, who would say? Was
in
it
the
joint?
end, my decision.
Really?
Yeah.
And what was the crux? Did something just say no more, or because weren't you trying for a family? You wanted a family, didn't you, at one stage?
Yes.
And then did you just say no? That's it.
Yeah,
it's not right.
Yeah, no. I just it just got to the stage where I just thought this is it now. So I literally packed into my little car what I could get. I mean, I remember sort of waving him off, sort of thing. You know, one day when he's going off to training, and I just, you know, got in my car what I could. And I remember a little plant that my granddad had given me many years before he died, and I just remember that was on the next seat, and that was it, and I was off, and I just
Sarah.
went,
And then obviously, because he's though this isn't all about Mark, but he the drug taking, obviously, we don't, you know, allegedly at Chelsea and all of that. Was it been tough for you?
Well, he got into all of this when I left him, you see. I mean, when I was with him, he never even used to drink.
No, Mark never used to drink.
No.
I remember Mark never used to drink.
Because it was always really difficult.
It was
I would
never
never
an
drink.
cigar.
Yeah.
And I remember a story of my dear friend Jay, our friend, and apparently he went outside for a cigar, and you locked all the doors and locked him outside.
We were drunk and thought that was really funny, and obviously it wasn't.
I think Mark thought it was too funny. But he didn't drink, no.
No, never drank. I mean, so, you know, when
that's
initially...
That's the pressure of the football, possibly.
You know, I mean, he lived a really healthy life when I was with him, you know, I make sure tea was on the table, you know, 6 o'clock every night.
You're a good wife.
I was at the time, yeah. I was very good.
Oh, you made me one. We'll see. We'll get to that. So then moving on then, Sarah, you saw the Crystal Palace chairman, Simon Jordan. There's another. Actually, you should write a book. Have you ever thought of writing a book?
Well,
Sarah, I think you should.
I know.
Let's do it. Leave it with me. So how did that come about? Because that seemed dumb. Did you think, oh my God, I've gone from footballer to
this is it.
One step up.
This is it. Yeah. Well, I met Simon, would you believe, just on, in first class, coming back from a trip to Vegas. I had a friend who worked for an airline company. And, you know, obviously I'm not on a first class ticket, but obviously she was there looking after the flight, so she bumped me up. So obviously I'm in first class. He was in first class with all his friends, and we met like that, really, through my friend, really, you know, just being like the go-between. And that's how we met.
Did you recognise him?
No, I had no clue.
Did you not?
And he didn't know who I was. So, you know, when he said, I own a football club, and I went, oh, okay.
Oh, dear. Did he say?
He went, do you know anything about football? And I went, just a little bit.
Just a bit. Did he say, would you just support?
Yeah, and he was like, I said, I've had my fair share about football, so I know what's what.
Yeah.
He's like, you'll have to come to a game sometime. I went, yeah.
I've had enough of games, actually.
I know, can you imagine?
I know, I can't believe it.
So it's really funny.
Because how long did you see Simon then for? Was that?
Were
you
together.
hoping to get married?
Well, we would, I don't know if he's really the marrying kind, I'm not sure.
And what was he like? Was he romantic?
He was very romantic,
was
Simon.
He?
Yes, very, very romantic.
What sort of things would he do? Was it?
Oh my God, there's just
was there
so
loads?
many.
Really?
Many. Yeah, he was really, really romantic. I remember once I'd said that, that I'd never had a McFlurry before, McDonald's McFlurry.
Yeah.
Never had one before. And I turned up, like, 2 days later, back at my home, and there was on the doorstep like buckets and buckets and buckets full of McFlurries and every flavour, all straws in, just like
Were you like, what's going on?
yeah, I was like, oh my god,
Oh my God.
yeah, just in ice buckets all over the place, yeah. So
Like
remember?
you're like,
No, I was like that.
like a McFlurry, massive at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
I was
a bit
just
mad.
very, very romantic, or like our first anniversary, like left a diamond necklace over the kettle and asked me to go and make him a cup of tea, and I was like, oh my god, he never asked me to go and do things, and I went to the kitchen and there was a big diamond necklace hanging on.
Oh my word, Jason, are you listening? I like that. I like that. Oh wow, that's
Yeah, so
amazing.
he's very romantic.
So did you live together for a bit or not? And I can't remember.
Well, he lives in Spain,
Spain,
so I spent a lot of time over there. He bought a property over there, so just did up property. So
Sarah, so you have to go to more football matches?
yes.
Crystal Palace.
So yeah, it was a bit different because obviously, being
Yes.
there as like the chairman's girlfriend, so it's a little
God, that
bit
must be
different.
very. How are the? That's a good point. Because how are the wives with you, the footballers' wives, when you are the
Well,
chairman's girl?
This
That
is
must
it.
be different.
Well, to be honest with you, I never really saw them.
Oh, really?
Because you're in a different area, so yeah.
Because I used to always remember when the chairman's wife came in, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
stand attention. I'll be like,
I
oh,
know,
hi.
I know, and they were a little bit like that with me. But if we would go to parties or whatever, but
Yeah.
I was just me. I was just
Yeah,
normal.
yeah.
So
just yourself.
yeah.
And are you still buddies now, or is it how did that?
Yeah, no, we're still friends
Still
now.
friends?
Yeah, we are.
Oh,
so it was good.
Sarah, but we want to know what's going on now in your little life. I know she won't tell us, so I'm trying to get it out of her. Not champagne, maybe. But I do hope you're happy, Sarah. You look very well.
No, I'm really happy at the moment. Everything's really good.
And what are you doing at the minute? Is there anything you can tell us about?
There's something I'm working on at the moment, so
Oh.
we'll all know about this next
Oh,
year.
fabulous.
So yeah, everything's good at the moment. Really
Well, you
good.
look very happy and healthy and well.
Oh, love you.
She
So
doesn't
do
look
you.
any different from the
Oh God,
good
I
old
do.
days.
Neither do you. Look at you.
Oh. Well, so we've got a little surprise for you. I don't know if you know this.
No.
It's something we all love to do. Shop. So please stay with us because we're going to do more exciting things with Sarah after the break. And welcome back from the break. And yes, I'm still with the gorgeous Sarah. And I promised you a little treat.
You did indeed.
Well, I brought you today to the fashion icon, Anushka Hempel.
Fantastic.
That's a mouthful. And the dresses are beautiful.
Come on then, shall we have a look?
Yes, we're going to want everyone.
Okay.
Come on, Anushka. Anushka. Oh, Anushka's not here, but... Oh, Sarah, wow, look at that. Now, is that something you would wear? Are you a red... Would you get married in red?
I don't know. Well, the next
one?
time, or maybe. I mean, it's beautiful, isn't it? How absolutely gorgeous is it?
It is heavenly. It is heavenly.
gorgeous.
It's very different. I'm seeing it's all very different. Oh, and I'm liking this little number.
Try that on.
For a little... Because you're off to the premiere, aren't you?
I am, yes. I'm
I like
off to the
that.
premiere tomorrow.
Oh.
That's beautiful.
Doesn't quite go with jeans, but I love this stuff, Sarah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So on your because look, these are quite wedding-y actually, aren't
Yeah.
they? What was do you like? Oh, that's a good one, isn't it? That's fantastic.
Beautiful, that's lovely. How gorgeous
you like
is
that?
that?
Is that something you would choose?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's so beautiful.
Because on your, I know you had 2 weddings.
I did indeed.
I don't know whether that's a good thing or not.
No.
So were they very different? Who
Very
did you
different.
go for?
Well, first of all, I had one that was just quite tight in there and quite
Big.
fluffy.
I remember actually because it's on every front page. It was quite
with lots of netting and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
a great big tiara and everything. And then the second one was just very straight down.
The one in Australia?
Yeah.
You didn't get married on the beach, did you?
No, not on the beach. No. Should have
Because
done.
actually, I quite like this now. This
No,
because you're going to a
that.
premiere. Is that something you'd wear or
No,
not?
I don't know. I think that's a bit more you, that is.
I
you know.
think so. Do you think they'll
I
notice
think so.
if I slip it in my bag? I think she might. Anushka's not here though. Oh, now Sarah, I could see you in this.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. I love that.
Wow.
Yeah, that is absolutely gorgeous, isn't
Now
it?
you would get in every pay-per-view, I think.
Yeah.
Look at that,
That's
feathers.
beautiful. The detail on it.
Is there any
Gorgeous.
sort of designer that you always choose or
you
like admire?
Yeah, I mean, I like all the clothes, really.
You like every colour?
Everything, really. But, you know, I still like high street as well. You know, I love the high street stuff.
But what's your favourite high street then?
I like Zara, Topshop.
Yeah?
You know, H&M. Yeah, all sorts. Yeah.
I like a bit of River Island.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
I'm wearing that top today. A bit of publicity. And, oh, wow, this is a bit different, though. Do you go for a bit of a different look? Oh, wow, look at that one.
No, I don't think...
Would that not be...
Not
It's a bit covered up for me.
Yes.
Not enough.
Showing enough.
Not showing enough boob and bottom.
It's beautiful, though.
I bet it looks stunning on. Very
Gorgeous.
different.
Very different.
But what about any of the accessories? I mean, like, I've got to go to Goodwood. Is this something, do you reckon?
Yeah.
I could get away with?
Fantastic.
A halo? Do I look like an angel?
I don't know if you deserve the halo effect.
I don't know whether I do either, but no, I do. I'm very good. Yeah, so I quite like that, you know. I might pinch that as well. So I've got to say, I've noticed you are accessories woman.
Yeah, I do like my accessories.
I have clocked the watch, by the way.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Now, would you trust any of your sort of partners? Say, was Mark or Simon very good at getting nice little gifts, purchases?
Simon was better.
Oh,
for
really?
Clothes. Yeah, very much. Very knew what looked good. Mark, no, not at all.
Did Mark ever go out and buy you something?
Honestly, he just didn't have a clue on clothes. He really didn't. But Simon, very good. Very good with jewellery, shoes, bags, and, you know, all the things we love.
Really?
Yeah.
And I have noticed you're a bit of got a shoe fetish going on,
love the
have we?
shoes, love the bags. I mean, that to me, I mean, I can spend money on shoes and bags.
Yeah.
Can go more high street.
With the clothes?
With the clothes, but for shoes and bags, definitely. I
mean, do you think the accessories make the outfit?
Yeah, I think, you know, when you put it together, once
Yeah.
everything's together, I don't think you need to spend an awful lot on clothes.
You don't need to spend a lot.
You know, as long as it looks nice.
And you can make clothes look good, can't you? Like the high street.
Exactly.
You don't have to go designer. No, I do like design. Oh,
obviously.
I want a couple of these to try on. Sarah, is there anything here you like?
I mean, I do. I love all, and obviously I love black as well. I love all these.
See, I'm quite digging this one as well.
Yeah, so
I quite like.
That's
I mean,
quite
that
you.
is very pretty, isn't it?
That is gorgeous. Look, that's really you.
Do you know what?
I know.
I want to be friends with Anushka. Where is she? Let's get her out here. I like that, and I quite like this number.
Yeah, that's you as well.
Because it's quite fitted and bit of lace. What do you reckon?
Yeah, loving that. I think you should
Yeah?
try that on, babe.
I don't know about trying it on. I think I might just buy it.
Girl.
But Jason's not going to watch this show, so he won't know anything about it. Right, OK, girls, shall we do that?
Do it. Let's go and get it.
Well, thank you, Sarah. I think that's it for today.
Lovely.
Lovely to have you with us on Wags World.
You're very welcome, my darling.
And thank you for the lovely Wyndham Grand Hotel, Chelsea Harbour. We liked it there. And, of course, to Anushka Hempel. She's not here. In fact, she's not here.
No.
Shall I take these?
Yeah, go on.
Shall I?
Go on.
Hey, why not? See you next week. Bye. Our gorgeous Melissa here, you've been told that your Cardiff's clean. I have to say, Roger is a lot better looking than Wayne. Did you know he was wanting to be a footballer?
Yeah, he always said right through school if he wasn't a footballer, he'd be a dustbin man.
Dustbin man. You baby. Thank God he was a footballer. I think she should try this one number on, don't you?
Absolutely.
Because the premiere is on its way. We haven't got a lot of time.
When's the premiere, my darling?
It's tonight.